Hey Mark, did you hear about Tom and Jess?
Yeah, I heard they were dating, but it seems like things are starting to fizzle out between them.
Oh no, that's not good. What happened?
Well, it's been going on for a while. They used to be inseparable, always going out together and posting cute pictures on social media. But lately it seems like they've been drifting apart. They don't spend as much time together, and when they do, there's this tension in the air. It's like their relationship is slowly winding down.
That sounds tough. Do you think they'll be able to work things out?
I'm not sure. They've been having a lot of arguments lately, and it feels like they're both pulling away from each other. It's like they need to simmer down and have a serious talk about where they're headed.
Yeah, communication is key in situations like this. I hope they can figure things out and get back on track.
Me too, but sometimes, no matter how much you hope for the best, things just don't pan out the way you want them to.
Have you thought about starting a garden in your backyard?
Yeah, I've been considering it lately. The idea of growing my own fruits and vegetables sounds appealing, but I'm not entirely sure where to start.
I understand, Sam. Starting a garden can seem overwhelming at first, but it's not as complicated as it may seem. Let's gear up and plan it together. We can begin by assessing your backyard space and deciding what types of plants you'd like to grow based on your preferences and the local climate.
That sounds like a solid plan, Alice. But won't it drag on forever? I've heard that gardening can be quite time-consuming.
It's true that gardening requires some dedication and effort. However, it's also incredibly rewarding to see your plants grow and flourish over time. Plus, we can break down the tasks into manageable steps and take it one day at a time.
Okay, Alice, I'm willing to give it a try. But I'm worried about all the little details like soil quality, watering schedules, and pest control.
Don't worry, Sam. We'll iron out all those details together. We can start by testing your soil to see if it needs any amendments and then develop a watering schedule based on the needs of your plants. As for pests, we can explore organic pest control methods to keep them at bay.
Thanks, Alice. I feel more confident knowing that I won't be tackling this alone. Let's gear up and make this garden a reality.
Absolutely, Sam. Together, we'll create a beautiful and thriving garden that you'll be proud of.
Hello and welcome to our English learning channel. Today, we're embarking on a journey to master phrasal verbs. In this video series, we'll explore different phrasal verbs and how they're used to depict real-life scenarios. By the end of our session, you'll feel more confident incorporating these dynamic expressions into your everyday conversations. So let's dive in and elevate your English fluency together. Let's begin with fizzle out. This phrasal verb describes something gradually losing energy or excitement until it comes to a disappointing or weak end. It often implies a gradual decline or failure to meet expectations. For example, the party started off great but fizzled out by midnight. The phrase fizzled out suggests that the energy or excitement of the party gradually diminished or declined as the night progressed. Initially, the party began with enthusiasm and perhaps a lot of activity or enjoyment. However, as time passed, the energy level decreased, and the party became less lively or engaging.
The conversation started off interesting, but it quickly fizzled out as we ran out of things to talk about.
I tried to follow a strict diet, but my motivation fizzled out after just a few days.
Moving on to wind down. Let's explore the various meanings of the phrasal verb to wind down. One usual meaning of wind down is to chill out or calm down after doing lots of stuff or feeling stressed. It's like slowly calming yourself down and feeling more relaxed, especially at the end of a busy day or week. It means taking things easy and getting into a relaxed state.
After a hectic day at work, I like to wind down by taking a walk in the park.
When I feel anxious, I find it helpful to wind down with some deep breathing exercises.
Another thing wind down can mean is when something starts to finish or end slowly. This happens a lot with events, projects, or times that are ending. It means things slowly get quieter or less busy as they come to an end.
As the semester winds down, students begin to prepare for final exams.
The party gradually wound down as guests started saying their goodbyes.
Also, wind down can mean to slow down or calm down, showing that things are getting slower or less busy. This happens in different situations when there's a need to make things less active or easier to handle.
The CEO announced plans to wind down production at the factory due to decreased demand.
After the busy holiday season, retail stores often wind down their promotions and sales to give their staff a break.
Now let's talk about simmer down. Simmer down is a phrasal verb used in informal contexts that means to become calm or quiet after a period of anger or excitement.
After the argument, I told my friend to simmer down and hear me out before jumping to conclusions.
This sentence means that after having an argument, the speaker advised their friend to relax and listen to what they have to say before making any judgments or assumptions.
He was excitedly playing, but he simmered down when his teacher entered the room.
This sentence describes a change in behavior. Initially, he was playing excitedly, indicating high energy or enthusiasm. However, when his teacher entered the room, he calmed down or became quieter.
They started fighting, so their parents told them to simmer down and talk it out calmly.
We were getting rowdy, so we asked everyone to simmer down and respect the neighbors.
Next up is pan out. This phrasal verb is used to describe how a situation unfolds or develops, often with the implication of success or failure. It's like seeing the results of something after waiting or hoping for it.
I'm not sure how the plan will pan out, but I'm hopeful for the best.
This sentence means that the speaker is uncertain about what will happen with the plan, but they are feeling optimistic and hoping for a positive outcome. The phrase pan out suggests that the speaker is waiting to see how things turn out or develop, and they are expressing their optimism despite the uncertainty.
We weren't sure if the party would pan out, but it ended up being a lot of fun.
I tried a new recipe, but it didn't pan out, and the dish turned out to be a disaster.
I took a different route to avoid traffic, and it panned out perfectly. I got to work early.
Moving along, we have iron out. Iron out is a phrasal verb that means to resolve difficulties or problems. It comes from the idea of using an iron to smooth out wrinkles in clothing. For example, he's trying to iron out the differences with his roommate over chores. In this sentence, iron out means to solve or fix any problems or arguments between the person and their roommate about who does what chores. They're trying to talk and find a solution so they can agree on how to do things without arguing.
The neighbors are trying to iron out their differences about the barking dog.
The mechanic is ironing out the problems with the car, so it will run smoothly again.
We have to iron out the misunderstandings in our group chat before they escalate.
Now let's discuss gear up. To gear up means to prepare or get ready for a particular activity, task, or situation, often by making necessary arrangements, gathering equipment, or mentally preparing oneself. It implies getting into a state of readiness or taking necessary steps to face a challenge or engage in an endeavor effectively.
I need to gear up for my morning run by putting on my sneakers and stretching.
We're gearing up for a movie marathon by stocking up on popcorn, candy, and comfy blankets.
The town is gearing up for the annual festival by decorating the streets and setting up booths.
We have to gear up for the family picnic by preparing sandwiches and drinks.
Next on our list is drag on. This phrasal verb describes something that continues for longer than expected or desired, often resulting in boredom or frustration. For instance, the meeting dragged on for hours, and everyone was exhausted by the end. In this context, dragged on means the meeting lasted longer than expected or necessary, causing exhaustion among the participants.
The checkout line at the grocery store was dragging on, so I decided to come back later.
This winter seems to be dragging on forever. I'm ready for warmer weather.
We spent all day at the amusement park, but the lines for the rides dragged on so long.